Oh, you motherfucker.
Yes, we are Marshall and the Deacons, and we reporting live from Berlin. No, I'm just kidding. This is Cunninlynguists right here. I'm Deacon the Villain.
My name is Asher Roth.
My name is Billy D. Williams, and I'm encouraging all of you to drink Coke 45. Coke 45. Nah, this is Natty at Cunninlynguists.
Yeah, my name's No. We are Cunninlynguists, GermanRhymes.de, Deutschland. You know, I'm actually German, but every time I tell people my last name, Whistler, they're like, that's not German. Tell my granddad that.
Counterfeit German.
Yeah, whatever. Cunninlynguists, peace.
Ja, hi, ist Tom von GermanRhymes.de. Heute sitze ich hier mit Cunninlynguists. How you doing, guys?
Doing pretty good. Awesome.
Awesome.
I have no idea what you just said, though, before you asked that question.
Just introduce you guys. Yeah. I was saying, yeah, I don't want to sit here. And
First name in hip-hop, Cunninlynguists, sitting here with the guys. Now.
So, yeah, how was the first couple shows, like, back in Europe?
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Let's see. We had our GPS stolen in Amsterdam. Van broken into. I got attacked in the crowd in Moscow.
Like, why? Did he say something offensive?
Oh, no. It was all love. It was like bear hug, you know.
Oh, okay.
Russians, they're tough, tumble guys, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, he got lifted up.
You lifted up?
Yeah, I got lifted up off the ground in the crowd.
And that never happened.
And that never has happened. So
How tall was the other guy?
it was like 20 of them. One minute I was rapping on the ground, and the next minute I was above everyone. I didn't even know.
So basically, it was like crowd surfing, like the first time for you?
It was like crowd standing. I was standing, and they lifted me straight from a standing position above everyone. It was awesome.
That sounds good. So yeah, let's talk about like the album right now. The album just came out in Europe. It said like March 22nd. Is that right? Correct. So how do you feel like? How's it like with all the fans? How are the reactions on the album?
Well, can I hold this? Sure. Am I allowed?
Sure.
I'm going over here. Yeah, if you're asking about fans, I feel more comfortable with you holding.
Sure. As long as you don't bend down in my lap.
Yeah, exactly. If you're asking about fans, the fan reaction has been awesome. Sorry, we were just having major problems right now. Poltergeist, it's a ghost. Fans' reaction has been great. Fan reaction is always great. Critical reaction is the way it always is. There's some people who, say that it's wonderful, and then there's some people who just, whatever. I mean, but we've never really been a critical darling. We've just always been very popular with our fans. So, and that's all we need. Fuck critics. I love fans. Hate critics. So,
fuck the critics. Okay. And how's it like? How's it sales wise? Because like the Faramunch album just.
We've already went diamond. It's official.
Diamond?
It's diamond. The plaque's on the way. The plaque's on the way.
huge in the States. Huge. Just letting you know.
Haiti.
Actually,
In Haiti.
100 copies.
we went plutonium.
Plutonium. Or Fukushima.
Yeah. Radioactive.
Okay, so it expected. You're expected less. I figured then from this reaction.
We don't ever expect anything, to be honest with you. Sales are not important to us, so we don't talk about it. We don't really care. And
how's it like different from the last album? Because like you put it out on your own label, and now you're back to Q5. Is that right? Or
no, not really. Q&5 is a family, so Q&5 will always be part of our releases, but we've never technically released a record through Q&5. Okay. That's just like a family of artists that we're involved in, including Pac FM, Tone Deaf, Cocaine.
But what was it? Maybe I get this wrong, but what was the label called? You put it out through
Bad Taste Records in Sweden released it European version of this record, and they also did Dirty Acres and Strange Journey 1. RBC Records in the States put out this record, and we've never worked with them before, but they put out this record. So we have subsidiary labels, but ultimately it's on our own label, which is A Piece of Strange Music.
Okay, so how's it like how's the connection like coming from Sweden? I mean, like, is there not like a big distributor which you could like?
Well, I mean, the connection there is basically that we have essentially a guy who works at that label who was a fan of ours for years, and they also book shows. You know, they're the ones that book us, you know, on Splash Festival and Open Air Funfeld and stuff like that. So they also book shows, but they also run a record label. So we basically just, you know, honestly, a lot of stuff that happens with us happens because we have a fan that ends up getting a job somewhere cool, and then they're like, hey, we want to help you. I want to help you out because I got a job over here doing something cool, and I'm a fan of you guys. Like, that's really it. Like, we you know, all the help we've ever gotten, you know, has really been from like fans who've ended up attaining like jobs somewhere that could help us.
So which would you say is like the like, let's say the coolest hookup you got, like from fans?
The coolest hookup ever besides weed?
Yeah. Besides weed.
I mean, it might be bad taste. I mean, it's hard to top them. Johan, the guy who works there, he literally started at Bad Taste just as an intern, and all that they booked was rock bands to do shows and dealt with rock bands to release records, and he convinced them to, you know, stick their foot into the hip hop waters, and we were the guinea pig, and it worked out. You know, it's like, but it was a great blessing for us too. I mean, before that, we had only been to Europe one time, to Amsterdam and Den Haag and Utrecht, a couple places, but it's hard to top Bad Taste. I mean, we wouldn't be here right now talking to you.
Okay.
If it wasn't for that.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I mean, Bad Taste, you know, Johan at Bad Taste, and also Zach Quillen at the agency group in the United States. He was a fan, and then he became an agent at one of the biggest booking agencies in the States. And, you know, some of our first U.S. tours we did with Raekwon and Farside and people like that. Like, he put us onto those, and now we're a full-time group with them. So
I got a second.
Oh, and I got one too.
Okay, so
the fan possibility that made the album cover of A Piece of Strange come to fruition. Becky Clooney. That was dope.
Yeah,
Becky Clooney, that was dope.
She did A Piece of Strange cover, and she was just literally a fan. She literally just on her website had listed the artist she was currently listening to at the time, and it happened to be us. I think somebody let No ran across it, hit her up like, hey, what will it take for you to do some artwork for us? She was like, I'm a fan. Don't take nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, you know, that.
she did the cover of A Piece of Strange for free. Like, she did it as a fan, and that was
so how do you like get involved with those fans? I mean, like, do you know them basically? Do you meet them, or how do you like reward them basically that they
We're
do
not
stuff?
scared to hit up anybody. MySpace, Facebook, Twitter, wherever you at. If we know that you support our music and there's a way that we can work together, we'll just holler at you. You know.
This man said MySpace.
Yeah.
I did.
I was like, MySpace? No, never
Hey. Hey.
I ain't hitting up no fan on MySpace. If they still got a MySpace page, we ain't talking.
Check us out though. We hit up Freddie Gibbs on MySpace, didn't we?
No, why do you keep saying that? Why do you listen? No, why do you keep? You said that 3 times now. No, it's not how it went down, and I've told you the same story all 3 times. He said the wrong thing.
So now the fourth.
Let's get to the Freddie Gibbs thing. I want to correct this.
So it's on camera now. You can like.
It's on camera now. You can rewind it and you can memorize this. Okay. One of Freddie Gibbs' 2 managers, a dude who goes by the name of Lambo. He works for Stones Throw Records. He used to work for Interscope. He used to work for Shady Records, technically, and he was a fan of ours, again. Hit me up about some beats, because this is the time when, like, Bobby Creekwater was signed to Interscope and stuff like that. And they needed beats. I sent him over some beats, and that's how our relationship started. And then about a year or so later, this was 2007-ish, 2008, he was like, yo, I got this dude out of Gary, you know, his name is Freddie Gibbs. If you want to, you know, we don't really have a budget because he doesn't have a label deal or nothing, but we're trying to get him on, and like, if you got some beats for him, blah, blah, blah. And that's how it started. Not MySpace, Deacon.
I thought he called Tom from MySpace. I thought he
Tom was cool with Freddie Gibbs. Tom used to sell Freddie Gibbs weed. Tom from MySpace.
Tom from Gary, Indiana. That Tom.
You need startup money if you're gonna start a big website like that. Tom was a weed dealer in Southern.
And he had porn websites. He had porn websites before.
I think Tom sold weed to the Jackson family in Gary, Indiana, and years later he introduced us to Freddie Gibbs through MySpace.
Nah, but that's it,
Good
though.
to know.
I know his manager. I know their managers. So
Okay, so but let's come back to like the first part, like because Johan is like here in Europe, and how's that like with the European fans? I mean, it's like hard to get in touch, basically. Like let's take aside like MySpace or Facebook or whatever.
That's why we spend, after we get off stage, hours in the crowd, signing autographs, talking to people, getting to know the people that listen to our music, because they hold us down. We're not the rap, get off the stage and dash to the van and leave type group. That's not us.
Like we had to do that after our Zurich show, this tour, only because we had another show that immediately followed that an hour away. And that, like, it messed with us the whole drive to the next show. We're like, man, we had to get straight off stage into our van like some divas and come out the secret back door and drive past the fans in the tenant windows. It's like, we don't like doing that.
like, bye.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that ain't how we roll. You know what I'm saying? It's not. Our fans, they're important to us.
Okay, that's good to hear, and all the fans will probably appreciate that out there. Let's come back to the album. The album title. Where did the title come from, and what does it mean? I mean, like, it's like a bigger meaning.
I have no idea.
Scrabble. We was playing Scrabble. We was playing Scrabble, and No he's like the word man, and all of a sudden
Yeah.
he just
I come later to that.
I said, that's not a word.
That's not a word.
It's a dictionary, and he fucking won.
and I was like, that's ill. I think we
Okay.
should use it for our album.
So what does it mean? What's the definition of your $5 word?
My $5 word
Of the day is what?
of the day is Oneirology. It's Oneirology. That's how you're supposed to say it, Oneirology. But yeah, it just means the scientific study of dreams. It doesn't, which is different than like interpreting your dreams. That's a totally different thing. This is like this, like analyzing of dreams, like how the brain works when it comes to dreaming, the reason we dream. So yeah, that's basically it. So we were, basically came up with the idea that like dreams in human language, be it German or English or whatever, like dreams can mean two different things, like, or more, but like, you have daytime dreams, you have your goals, your dreams that you work hard for, and then you have nighttime dreams. What the fuck is going on over here right now? This man just punched. What?
Because they were daydreaming?
Got some record. Come on, fellas. Playing slug bug. So anyway, so we basically decided to make a record just talking about that. I mean, that's no more to it really.
Okay. So basically, did you like take the inspiration, like writing all that stuff from your own dreams, or where does it come from?
No, I mean there is some personal moments within the album, but really we was just writing from the perspective of the any man. You know what I'm saying? Like, just all of us deal with a lot of the same things in life: the depressions, the hardships, the struggles, and just the way that our psyche tries to make sense of that at night when we go to sleep. Like, dreams are just your own mind trying to make sense of the stresses you deal with in life on a daily basis. So, I mean, because honestly, I went about a 4 or 5 year period without remembering any of my dreams. So it's like, us doing this album helped me to concentrate on that again. You know what I'm saying? Really.
I ate a lot of shrooms, so I went about a 4 or 5 year period in a dream. So this album allowed me to write about all those things in which I had hallucinated in a cabin somewhere in Tennessee. But yeah, a lot of it's drawn off personal experience. You know what I'm saying? For me, anyway, because I really just don't know any other way to do it. But when it comes to those beats, it's just like they pull something out of you. You know what I'm saying? Lyrically, that you just want to pour things out over them. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes it's from a perspective of someone else, but when it gets to be from the perspective of yourself, you know what I'm saying? It's just like even more fun.
I would say my verse on Darkness is probably the most personal one for me. Like, you know, there's been times in my life where, you know, searching for answers is like searching for Atlantis. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not easy to figure out this thing called life. You know, and there's times in my life where I've really been, I'm not gonna say distraught, but like I really wanted to know the whys, and you know, they're not easy to come by. You know, so I say darkness is probably the most personal. But like, you take ignorant, where I talk about going crazy on my boss for being an asshole and you know, putting his private business on Vimeo. I wouldn't do that.
I would.
Because you're on shrooms?
You would totally do that. I love the unemployment line. I like getting my check in the mail.
Okay, so which would you say is like your biggest dream, or did it come already true, your biggest dream, or?
No.
No? But what is it? I mean, do you have dreams still, or?
No.
All awake?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't really have any specific goals other than like I live on a day-to-day basis. I don't really plan ahead, I guess you would say. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not a 30-year out kind of guy. Like, I don't want to die broke. That's my ultimate goal. So we'll see how that works out. Awesome.
So support.
I mean, this
We'll see.
I mean, this is a dream for real. I mean, I can't act like we're not blessed. I mean, we're in Berlin, getting an interview, got a cat snapping 100 pictures all around us, and got a second interview waiting in the wings. It's like, you know, like for rap.
They're taking all that good questions.
Like, oh, I was gonna ask, damn it! Fuck. But yeah, it's like we're coming back in the summer to do like 7 or 8 festivals, you know, with Snoop Dogg and Lil Wayne, if he can get into the country, and all types of artists. You know, it's like, this is a dream. I mean, of course we have dreams, but this is a dream.
It definitely is. Because I can remember being in Kentucky. A lot of people in my family and that I know haven't even been out of the state of Kentucky, nonetheless out of the country. And I was one of those kids that used to look at pictures and be like, of somewhere else, and be like, I wonder what that place like. You know what I'm saying? I wonder if I ever get to see something like that. And now I have. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's happening.
Like,
so.
you said you lived in Ohio. We live in Kentucky. Last week, me and Natty was talking about how we just hit 6 or 7 countries in a matter of weeks, and are about to hit probably 35 of the 50 U.S. states in the next 3 weeks, and we have friends that have never been to Cincinnati.
Oh yeah, I know how that is. Yeah,
You know where Cincinnati is. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I mean, this is a dream.
Plus, it's like, I feel like I'm carrying something for my partners around my way. You know what I'm saying? Because they vicariously go places through me. You know what I'm saying? Like, they look at me like, where are you going? Where you going? How long are you going to be gone? Have a good time. They won't blow my phone up and ask me for weed or anything. They're just happy that I'm gone and I'm seeing something. They can't wait till I get back, smoke out with them, and tell them what the hell I seen and who I talked to and who I met.
So, which was like a picture from your childhood memory you always wanted to see. What was that?
I think the picture that I always remembered was my mom had a picture in her office of Paris, France. You know what I'm saying? It was like real big, blown up behind her, but she had never been there. Yeah. And it was big for me when we finally got to go there. And then as I grew as a teenager, that was slowly caught up with, once I smoked weed, with going to Amsterdam. Like, that kind of caught up with Paris, and they were kind of like, you know, hand in hand. And now I get all those things and then some. You know what I'm saying? Places that I never knew that I would want to go and enjoy, like Berlin. You know what I'm saying? I never knew I would want to go and enjoy it, but now now that I'm here, I'm truly loving it. You know what I'm saying? It's great.
Sounds good. So let's come back to the sound from the album. It's like, as we mentioned, it's like dreamy. The whole cover has like a girl sleeping on there, and somebody's like pulling her in. And I would say, like, if you listen to it, like, the sound is like really dreamy. It's like the word which expresses it most for me. So how would you like, or how can you transport like this kind of vibe onto the stage, but not like letting the people fall asleep and dream? Who wants to take that?
Not all dreams are all slow and somber and, you know, lullabies. You know, like, some dreams are full of adventure, some are full of energy. You know,
some dreams don't even happen when you're asleep. Some dreams happen when you're awake.
Yeah, it's like, so I don't think that's really an issue. You know, it's like, every time we make music, we always have songs that can be performed live, and it's not like our live show is 100% MOP mosh pit energy. You know, we just try. We have a huge discography, and we just try to balance our acts, our set, based on really our discography more than what our current album is. You know, like we're here promoting Oneirology, but we also know that it's a new album and the crowd hasn't really become all the way familiar with all the songs. So it wouldn't be smart for us to get up on stage and just do 10 songs off Oneirology. You know, it's like it's more about Cunninlynguists as a whole. Our set is than Oneirology.
Yeah, I think this.
I think we go on stage and then just suck really bad, and then let the fans dream that it was good. So, yeah.
Okay, so you have any like last remarks? You want to like shout out something or?
Yeah, shout out to Mark Speck, Brody Champs, ATL. Me and him are working on a project called Machete Vision. It's real grillchy. Go to machetevision.com. That's my next project coming out in the next couple months. Grillchy, it's, if you, all right, bust this. If you saw a cockroach in a New York City street stuck to a Snickers bar and then you stepped on it on accident and then you looked at the bottom of your shoe, that's grillchy. You understand what I'm saying? So that's grillchy.
Good. You guys have anything you want to shout out?
Yeah.
I'm just happy to be here.
I want to give a shout out to all my people in the K, including my UK Wildcats. You lost this year, you win next year. And I want to give a congrats to Freddie Gibbs getting signed to Jeezy. That's big. Shouts out to you. I see why you could not come along on this tour now. You had something cooking. Yeah, you're supposed to be with us. Yeah, but he had something cooking and we didn't know, and now it just came to a boil. So congratulations to him, and I'm just happy to be here. That's what's up.
What's up?
All right. Thanks for taking the time, guys. I really enjoyed the interview, and peace out.